Warehouse Problems Task, Part 2 in Unterfeld, Austria. Hello there everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of SnowRunner here at Unterfeld Gaming. I am the Unterfeld. Today we are going to attempt to finish the Warehouse Problems Task. That's why we're in Part 2 of it, where we are delivering 4 metal beams and 4 metal rolls to the burnt down warehouse here in Unterfeld. Now we've already delivered 3 metal beams and 2 metal rolls, so we only have one of each left to pick up. We're here at the warehouse in the northern part, a little bit off center, close to the tunnel to foothills, but we're still in Unterfeld. And we're picking it up with our Kenworth 963, which has got 3 cargo slots, which makes it really convenient having the 3. Otherwise we'd have to make 2 more trips for 3 cargo slots to get it over there. Anyhow, we got it all on the back of the Kenworth, and we're gonna go cross country here, across the top of the map, over towards the far left, and then come back down a little bit until we get to the burnt out. I keep saying burnt out, but it's burnt down warehouse because it's completely gone. There's nothing there. It's just a cement pad. Now this is a pretty routine drive and nothing really too exciting or serious unless you drive off an accidental drop-off or something like that. If you take the turn too soon and you tip your truck to one side, that's about the only thing you got to watch out for. And then we've got there's a couple of mud pits that you gotta drag the truck through every once in a while. And then of course you got to make sure you're going in the right direction. Now, having said all that, the rest of the trip is actually a very enjoyable drive through the countryside. Nothing much going on. It's nice and quiet. The road is fairly good, which is a change from what we usually encounter in SnowRunner with lots of problems. Now here we got like this here, we got a little bit of a muddy area again, and most of the time. Now here I guess I could have gone over to the left-hand side and over that little mound. But you know, sometimes I get a little bit adventurous. Having a truck like the Kenworth, I figured that there is nothing he can't do. But you gotta be careful with that train of thought because sometimes it comes back to bite you in the butt. So you gotta be careful, like right over here where the terrain angles from side to side. Make sure you're in the right spot so you don't tip too far to the one side or the other. Other than that, it's just making sure you're going in the right direction. You got the direction right, and we are at the moment. We're still heading along the top of the map here. Now, when I was driving through here earlier, I was doing a little bit of scouting with my Avonhorn. And I left them sitting over here for 2 reasons. In case I needed them for some fuel, which I don't really need any fuel, and I don't have that far to go. And also just to have him gently point me in the right direction, because we wouldn't want to go straight. We want to turn to the right here and go with the flow of the road. So thanks, bud. We're going to go this way, and at least we know we'll be heading in the right direction. Here's another little muddy area to go through. There again, with the Kenworth having some of the biggest tires in the game, and just the only thing he doesn't have is chains, but that only becomes a problem when you're driving on an ice road, and then uphill on top of that. Other than that, it's really not an issue. But with these big tires and the powerful motor in the Kenworth, there's not a lot that stops him. You get slowed down a little bit by some things, but if you need it delivered, this is the truck. Now, if you need to deliver a big long trailer, then I wouldn't use him because he's just got too long a frame for that. Although he can do it, but the terrain doesn't always allow for a long truck and a long trailer. So anyhow, the drop-off location marker has appeared on the screen, meaning that we are close by, and we are, I believe, almost at the top corner. So we are going to be heading in that direction that the marker shows, towards the left. because it's just about, I'd say, not quite halfway down the map on the one side. And here too, if you don't feel comfortable going over the rocks like that, just jockey it back and forth a couple times. It's okay, you can do that. I was going to, then I thought I'd take a chance, but sometimes that's not a good idea. I've done that before and it didn't work out well for me. Now here we're going to go straight. We are now traveling south. And there too, when you see mud and water and stuff on the road, if there's a way to avoid it, why not, right? Like right over here, you can just drive over on the side and you get a little bit better traction. That makes for a little bit easier driving. Of course, you got to make sure you come back over into the track again, because now you're driving at an angle. You don't want that. But he slowly chugs his way through all the mud. Now we're getting closer. Looks like it's going to be another successful delivery because we don't have too far to go. I believe it's just up ahead around the corner. Well, I tell you, if you want to increase your success rate of delivery, use the Kenworth. In an instance like this, you can't go wrong. I can see the burnt down warehouse, there I go again. The burnt down warehouse is just up ahead around the corner. Just around the corner up there, you can see the slider Chimera sitting up there. Been using him to help repair this warehouse, and the Ford 750s up there as well. Absolutely awesome. I really hope you enjoyed the video. It was a short one, not quite as long as some of the other ones, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you back at Unterfeld Gaming again real soon. This was the second part to the warehouse problems task, and it will be repaired. Great job with the Kenworth 963 and me as your driver, the Unterfeld.